Just seeing if everything is working, and if so, we will get started. Okay. Okay, I think we are good. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Crafting Happy Hour. It's Wednesday, December 1st. I can't even believe that it's December. It feels so weird to be saying that, but it's December 1st, depending on when you're watching, of course. It's December 1st in Toronto, Ontario. I'm Zara Premji, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Ontario, Canada. And every Wednesday evening around 8:30 p.m., I hop on here to do a Facebook Live paper crafting tutorial. So for those that are watching for the first time, I love paper crafting. I say it at the beginning of every video. I love card making, I love paper crafting, and I love sharing it with others. And so I am here to share some ideas and inspiration, and hopefully give you guys a little bit of the urge to go get crafting, especially with the holidays being upon us. Many people are probably either right in the throes of making their Christmas cards or writing their Christmas cards, or maybe you're all done and have them sent out. I definitely don't have mine all done. But today I'm going to be sharing with you some really cool holiday gift packaging ideas. So I'm going to share a couple of really cool ideas that you can do for host gifts, or if you want to give gifts to your neighbors, friends, family, teachers, colleagues, whatever. I'm going to show you a couple of really cool ideas that you can use for that. And then, of course, we're going to make a card because I am a card maker at heart. And so I will be sharing with you a card that I did recently for my Stampin' Bingo. We are going to be playing with the Encircled in Warmth stamp set. Those of you that have been watching for a while will have seen this before because I love it. It's actually one of my favorite stamp sets in the holiday catalog. This is retiring, so if you love it and you want to get your hands on it, you'll definitely want to get it soon because the last chance list for our holiday catalog was just posted, which means that we now have about a month left to be able to shop from this catalog here. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I'm just going to take a moment to say hello to some friends. Hello, Janice. Thank you. I'm having a good week. I'm having an okay week. It's Wednesday, which means, 2 more sleeps till the weekend. Hello, Heather. Hello, Betty. Hello, Shirley. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Keisha. Thanks for joining, everybody. So I love to see the comments going in the comment section. And it's really fun to see people kind of connecting and chatting with each other and chatting with me. And I always try and read back and answer as many as I can. So please do keep the chatter going. If you have any questions as we're going through this, please feel free to let me know and I will do my best to answer them. I just realized I am missing one clear block, and so I'm going to grab that and we're going to get started. I'm going to have a little sip of water. I feel like I'm a little bit hoarse. I'm not quite sure what's happening. I've been sneezing quite a bit, so I don't know if something's coming on, but I should probably hydrate before I get started. Speaking of hydration, so this morning I had a really early morning ultrasound appointment and x-rays because I've been having some issues with my back and my hips. And so it was an ultrasound where you can't have any coffee. You can't have anything to eat or drink except water for 12 hours before. Now, those of you that know me and know my love of coffee will know that that was super hard for me. So my appointment was at 8:10 a.m. and I couldn't have any coffee. I couldn't eat or drink anything last night. Had to drink a ton of water before I went so that, your bladder's full and stuff. So this might be TMI, but can anybody guess where I went as soon as my appointment was done? Yep, I headed right to Starbucks, had a gigantic coffee, and it was maybe the best coffee I've ever had in my whole life. So I'm going to continue chatting. I'm just going to flip the camera down and we will get started with the crafting. How's everybody's week going? I will camera down to drink anything, hear from you guys on how things are going on your end. Is everybody ready for Christmas? Do you have all of your Christmas shopping and wrapping done? I'm not anywhere near being done. I have to do kind of like a massive, massive shopping day, maybe one day next week. Hello, Darlene. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we're going to talk really quickly about what we are doing today and what we'll be playing with. I'm going to show you a couple of pages in the mini catalog. So this is our July to December mini. There are a couple of products that I've been totally loving on from here. One of them is the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. So this is a fabulous gorgeous paper, and the name is perfect for it, Painted Christmas, because everything looks hand painted. It's this paper pack right here, and it is it's really, really gorgeous. I'm going to just show you some of the papers in here, or maybe I'll show you all of them. I have used this before. I think this is maybe one of my most used designer series paper packs. So hold on. So this is the front side, or one side. And then there's also this pattern here, which I have used a lot of, and I'll be using it tonight as well. Okay, so that is the front side. And then here we have on the other side all of these other patterns, and many of them lend themselves really nicely to non-Christmas themed cards. I would say this one here especially has a really cool non-Christmas theme to it, as well as this one here. So you could use these for birthday cards or any occasion. So I'm loving this paper. And here's some good news. Although this is going to be not available once the catalog retires, it's actually going to be returning for our next holiday catalog. So in the next July to December mini catalog, you will see the Painted Christmas returning, which is super exciting. So we're going to be playing with that paper, and then we are going to also be using the Encircled in Warmth stamp set. Okay, so this is a stamp set which I think is actually really, really great value. It's $26. You get 5 stamps in it. They are all red rubber stamps, and they're great. I love the size of them, so they can kind of occupy a large portion of your project. And they coordinate really nicely with our layering circles dies, but they also coordinate beautifully with our Encircled in Beauty dies. So that's these dies here. These are in our annual catalog, but they are meant to coordinate with this stamp set, and these are beautiful. If you've missed these in the annual catalog, I would say definitely you're going to want them in your arsenal, and they go really nicely with this, but also with so many of the other stamp sets in our catalog. So they're really beautiful and ornate, and we're going to use them today. So I'm going to use them on one of my projects. So let me just stop and read the comment. Keisha saying her week hasn't been so great. Happy for our Wednesday night Facebook Lives, the highlight of the week. And now it's better. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. My week has been, it hasn't been the greatest. Like I said, I am kind of dealing with some back and hip pain. And for those of you that have dealt with pain in your low back or in your hip, like you'll just know that it kind of just takes over it just takes over your life. Like I find, sorry, I'm looking for my Post-it tape and I can't find it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to just function and not think about it. So it hasn't been my most favorite week. Actually, it's been like longer than a week. It's been probably a couple of months. But I feel like in the last couple of weeks, it's just kind of gotten a little worse. But I'm happy to be here too. And stamping always helps distract me from the not so fun stuff. Okay, enough chatter. We're going to get started with the project. So the first one that I'm going to show you is a super cute treat package. And if you don't want to see it, you can look away. I'm going to show you in like 3, 2, 1. So here is a little gift package. And this is using our printed gusseted cellophane gift bags, okay? So you can see that I've got a sentiment. I've created a little tag here. And I've also got some designer series paper in the bag. So it just kind of adds, a little bit of a sturdier, what do you call it? Like just more of a stable bag surface, I guess, to put the treats in. And then I've just decorated it. So let me show you how to do that. You will need the printed gusseted cellophane bags. These are 3 by 9, although I'm actually going to cut part of the bag. So these come in a package of 25, and you can order these. These are part of our annual catalog. So in our packaging and boxes section, you can get these bags, and they are, as you can see, they're quite long, so you can put a lot in them. I'm cutting to 6 because that way I can spread my bag of chocolate over multiple packages. So I am taking the gusseted gift bag and I am chopping off 3 inches from the top. So I'm just lining up the top of the bag and I'm just going to cut off 3 inches. Okay, so now it measures 3 by 6 inches. So I'm going to move that. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of designer series paper. This measures 2 3/4 by 9 inches, and I'm going to score it at 1 inch, 3 inches, and 7.5. So I'm just going to use my paper trimmer for this. Well, that just threw me right off, that whole AirPod fiasco. Sorry about that, friends. Okay, so 1 inch. 3 inches. Make sure you use your scoring blade and not your cutting blade. And I love that the paper trimmer has this extendable arm so that I can actually do more than 6 inches. So now I've got it at 7.5. Okay, so we've got our designer series paper scored. Oh, no worries. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold this like so. All right, and then this is the part that's going to go in the top. Okay, so then you open up your bag, open it up like so, and then just slide the designer series paper into the bottom of the bag. Okay, now because it's gusseted, you've got obviously your 2 parts at the side there, but we've also got this part here at the bottom. And if you wanted to, you could actually tape this down. So let me actually, I'll just show you what it looks like when you tape it down. But you don't have to do this. I didn't do it on mine. If you just find that it'll stick better. Hang on, let's take that off. So I'm just going to put a piece of tape down just to kind of get that bottom flap stuck down. Okay, and then you can take your designer series paper and pop that in. And so you can see how that is creating, you know, a little bit of a sturdier surface for your chocolates. Then you put in whatever treats you want. So if you did kind of like a homemade popcorn, or if you do like Christmas crack or Christmas cookies or anything like that, you can fill this up. You may want to put it in a separate cellophane bag just so that the oil doesn't transfer to your designer series paper. I'm just going to be using these Ghirardelli peppermint bark squares. And you just want to kind of tuck them behind that front flap. So I'm just going to fill these up. Again, you can put any treats that you want in here. Okay. And then just going to kind of manipulate everything so that it stays. Okay. And I'm going to grab a little clip for my bag. So this is a little different from the first clip that I had, but just gonna flip that down, tuck in the sides, okay? And you're just gonna tuck that underneath and clip it like that, okay? So that's basically the foundation of the bag. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. Okay, there we go. So then you want to decorate it. And so I've got a couple of little pieces here that I've already die cut. So I use the Layering Circles dies. These are really, really handy to have, especially with this stamp set. And I'm going to use the stamp that says Warm Christmas Wishes. So all 3 projects that I'll be sharing tonight are actually just using 1 ink pad. We're just going to be using the Evening Evergreen. So you can see all the versatility and all the different projects you can make with just a few simple supplies. So I'm just going to stamp that. We've got the Warm Christmas Wishes. And we will close that up. Hello, Maureen. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome. We had a little bit of a technical fiasco, and now I think everything is working. So now I'm just going to take the Warm Christmas Wishes and stick that down. And then I die cut a couple of pieces using the Christmas trimmings dies. This is part of our annual catalog as well. And I'm just going to take a strip of adhesive and I will flip that over and I'm going to stick this sprig here and then this one here. Okay. So that's basically our tag. And then you can just go ahead and stick that under the clip. Now we don't actually have clips currently in our catalogs, but you could just use, I've seen little tiny wooden clothespins from the dollar store. You could use those, you could use any clips that you have, or if you don't have little clips, you can even just staple it closed. Hello, Carol, welcome. Thank you for joining. And then I'm just going to take some linen thread and just going to fix the loops on here. And just trim off the tails a little bit. And we will grab a glue dot and stick that at the top. I'm just going to stick this right to the clip. You can use any ribbon or twine that you'd like. I just love linen thread. And I wanted twine. I didn't want anything too bulky. I didn't want any kind of thick ribbon. So that is the packaging. Like, how easy and quick is that? And can you just think of who might love to receive something like that? So I know for my kids, I'd like to give their teachers a little treat package. And we have a couple of dinner parties this weekend. And so this would be really nice to go as a little host gift, along with the wine bottle tag that I'm going to show you. So what do you think of those? Hello, Sandy. Hello. Oh, thank you, Carol. I'm glad that you guys like it. Okay, so that is how simple and easy it is. You just need a piece of designer series paper, our gusseted bags, and then you can decorate any which way you want, okay? So I will bring this back in at the end. And because I've taped down the bottom, or because you've got kind of that surface at the bottom, it'll stand up nicely, which just makes it really nice. So that's that. Are you guys ready to move on to the wine bottle tag? I'm going to show you that. Now, because it's a tall bottle, I'm going to just turn it to the side so that you can see. So I've created this cute little wine bottle tag. It's really, really simple to create. You just need some cardstock, some designer series paper. You can die cut with whatever you'd like, and then you can add on any embellishments that you like. So this fits really nicely onto my favorite bottle of red wine, which is McManus. It's a really amazing red wine for those of you that like wine. And if you're not into wine, you can absolutely put that on any kind of bottle. Like you could do a sparkling grape juice. You could put it on, you know, a pop bottle. You could put it on all sorts of things, okay? You could put it even on some of the hand soaps that you can get. You can put it on that as well, and it would still make a really cute hostess gift. Hello, Anne. Thank you. So I am taking, look, this is all you need to be able to create that bottle tag, okay? So I will give you the measurements of this. So for the cardstock, you've got 8 inches by 3 1/4 inches. So you can actually get 3 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock. We're going to score that at 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to take my Stampin' Trimmer and I'm going to line this up at 2 1/4 inches, and I'm just going to score that like that. And then I'm going to take my Detailed Trio tagged punch, I think it's called, and I just want to I want to round off the corners on this. Okay, so I'm just going to take this like that, just rounding off the corners like so. This is not a necessary step, it's just, I just like the finished looking edges here. Okay, so we've got that. And then on my designer series paper, I'm just going to do that to 2 corners. Okay, and then that will sit on here. So the rounded corners kind of match here. Now, before I go ahead and start assembling, I want to cut a little hole in the top. So if you happen to have any of Stampin' Up's retired circle punches, you could use that. I'm going to use my layering circles die. So you can see there's a good combination of circles and scalloped circles. I'm just going to use this one here, which is about 1 and I would say like 1 3/4 or maybe 1 5/8 of an inch. And you could get fancy if you wanted to take a larger scalloped die and create kind of a border around that. So I'm going to keep mine pretty simple. I'm just going to take this circle die and I'm going to run it through my cut and emboss machine, and I will be right back. I'm just going to grab my Post-it tape here. So when you put this down onto your cardstock, you want to just make sure that it stays where it should so that your circle doesn't end up going all wonky or off center. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. I'll run it through my cut and emboss. And then we're going to take that off and we can start to assemble. I think there was something on my plate. Okay, so we can start to assemble this now. So I'm just going to take my stamp and seal and put that down like so. And so my original tag I had done, I had cut out this die cut. So this is using our Encircled in Beauty dies. And on my original, I had done that in Petal Pink because you know my love affair with pink. But for this one, I'm going to do it in Evening Evergreen so you can see both options. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to use the stamp that says "You Warm My Heart" and just stamp that down like so. Okay, look at how beautiful the font is on this. I love the fonts in this stamp set. I think they're so beautiful. And then you can take your stamp and seal and stick down this one onto this layer here. It's that simple. Okay, and then you can take your Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me see if I have a sheet of the larger ones. Okay, so we'll take this here and we'll take our Stampin' Dimensionals and stick that down right onto here. Now, I was going to use my Evening Evergreen ribbon, but I think because I feel like this paper is pulling a little pink here, I'm going to go with my Petal Pink ribbon and see what this looks like. It's a little wider, but there's not too much going on this bottle tag, so I feel like I could go with a thicker ribbon here. And just going to adjust this. I don't know if I'm liking this. Maybe I will have to switch back to the Evening Evergreen. I should have maybe tried this out. What do you guys think? Do you think the Petal Pink or the Evening Evergreen should go on this one? Let me cut this and then you can kind of see. It's a bit of a wonky bow. Maybe that's why I'm not liking it, because I tied it a little funny. So this is what it would look like with the pink. Tell me if you like this or the Evening Evergreen. All sorts of weird stuff is happening with my computer today. Like, I'm completely frozen on my screen, so I'm no longer seeing comments. Okay, I'm hearing Evergreen. I think I just saw one. Oh, hold on. Here we go. The comments are up. Evening Evergreen. 2 votes for Evening Evergreen. 1 vote for pink. Okay, so you guys are probably feeling it too. Loving that weird pink bow. Okay, let's go with the Evening Evergreen, just because that's the only other option I have on my desk surface right now. And we'll tie this bow. There we go. That's a little better. That ribbon, I don't know, it was not, that bow was not working for me today. I'll leave the tails a little long just because it's a bit of a wide tag. And should I do it at the top? Yeah, I think it looks nice at the top. And we will use a glue dot again on here.
So quiet today. Normally I have my AirPods on, and so I can kind of hear, not myself talking, but I hear like this kind of echo. And today, because I've taken off my AirPods, I can't hear anything. Okay, so let me just show you. This is the other alternative, and you can just see how beautifully that fits onto that wine bottle. So, you know, when you go to somebody's house, maybe you take a bottle of wine. I just feel like this takes it to that next level when you step it up with a wine bottle tag. So tell me, which do you like better out of the two? Do you like it with the pink, or do you like it with the evening evergreen? And while you decide on that, I'm going to grab the stuff for my card. Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So the last one we're going to do is a card, also using this stamp set, the Encircled and Warmth. And this is one that we had done at my recent Stamp and Bingo. So we did 3 cards featuring the Encircled and Warmth stamp set. And some people had the stamp set and used it, and other people decided to change it up and use what they had on hand. And all of the cards turned out beautiful. So I'm going to show you a fun layout. This is using the same paper as well. So again, if you wanted to give sort of a coordinated looking gift, you could do that. So I'm going to grab my stamp and put it on my clear block, which I just grabbed. So I'm using the stamp that says, "Wishing you love, joy, and happiness this coming year." And I'm going to use the same color ink that I've used for the other 2 projects. So we're doing everything in evening evergreen. So Dawn is saying if I do pink, I would do the pink bow. Yeah, that's fair. I was playing around and doing some contrast here and there, but I was a bit limited with my pink ribbon options, although I could probably take one and color it with my Stamp and Blend. Okay, so I'm just stamping that. And this die, these dies here are from the Seasonal Labels dies. These are also from our holiday catalog. And so we're just going to assemble. This is a really simple card to do, and I've just taken a piece of the Designer Series paper, and I have taken also a piece of cardstock that I have embossed using the Wintry 3D embossing folders. These are also in our annual catalog. So I'm just putting it in an offset orientation, and then I'm going to take my Stamp and Seal and just stick that down like that. And then I'm going to take this Pool Party label here. So I went with Pool Party. It's a little non-traditional as far as Christmas card colors go, I would say, but I pulled the color from this pattern of paper here, and I thought it worked really nicely. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to stick down some ribbon. So I'm going to take some adhesive, and let's hope we have enough left here. Okay, so I'm going to just do this on a bit of an angle, like so. Yeah, we've got enough. And just sticking that down like that. And then we're going to just cut that off on a bit of an angle. And then I will grab my dimensionals. I'm running a bit low, so I'm going to use the minis here. I'll use a few extra because I'm using the minis. And I'm just going to peel these off and then stick it right over here. Okay, and then the last thing left to do is to embellish. And I could swear that I took out, yeah, okay. I'm going to use these matte decorative dots, and I'll use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm just going to use 3, and I'm going to put them right onto the Pool Party here. 1, 2, 3. And that's the card. Really simple. So what do you guys think of that card? I would love to hear your thoughts. And I hope that I've given you some ideas for some really quick and easy gift packaging. I will bring these projects back in. So we've got our wine bottle tags, and we've got our cards, and then we have our little treat packages. all using the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper and the Encircled in Warmth stamp set. So I hope you guys liked that. If you need any of the products or want to purchase any of the products, you can do that in my online store. You can go to zarapremji.com and there's a link there to shop my online store. And if you use this host code here, you will get a bunch of goodies from me. So you will get a free tutorial bundle, you will get a gift valued at over $10, and you will also get a handmade card from me. So thank you so much for watching. Let's see here. You like the folded bow? Need to try that more, Keisha. Yeah, it's really a fun and quick and easy way. And a lot of people don't love tying bows with their ribbon. So doing it this way, just, you know, you can kind of get it perfect each time. Aw, thank you, Dawn. I'm glad that you like it. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks, Janice. I'm glad that you guys liked them. I hope that these inspire you. I will put the measurements in the description. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of the week. Bye for now.